Hello everyone, it's NADI and welcome back to Fake Ass, a series where I review the fake up to the makeup that you love. And today we'll be testing out this fake ass Too Faced The Power of Makeup palette. As you beautiful people know, this is about the product, not the people behind it. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy, okay? Thank you. Before we go on, please ignore the shade of my lips. They are stained. I just reviewed the Mood Matcher lipstick and this shit will not come off. But anyways, I fucking love NikkieTutorials. She is the 10-foot goddess that I aspire to become. So talented. I want to hang out with her, be besties with her, braid each other's hair, tell terrible sex stories together, just about shit myself when I heard she was coming out with her own makeup palette, but was very sad to see all the negative reviews. I think it ended up getting like a B- or a C, which is not very good in the makeup world. When I have more money to burn, I would love to get the real palette, but truthfully, when I can, I typically return the real palette that I review, and honestly, I would kind of feel bad returning hers. It's like, I think we're friends and she doesn't even know who the fuck I am. But I do have to add this, because last time I said I liked the person behind the product, everybody and their mother was up my ass saying I was biased. If the fake is good, bitch, I'll tell you it's good. If it's not, I'll tell you it's not. Should you use fake makeup? Hell no. Who knows the kind of crap they put in there, but does that stop anybody? No. So let's get right into this. I got this palette from AliExpress for 13 bucks and the packaging is really, really amazing. I remember when fakes looked absolutely nothing like the real, but this shit is textured, it's metallic, it's matte, and it's not blurry at all. The back photo though does look a little bit blurry, but the words are fantastic. This is just the palette, so that's all that's pictured here, but everything else is the same, from the ingredients to the barcode number, which does scan to the real palette. Taking the slipcover off, the front looks the exact same, but the back turns black. This too is exactly the same as the real, from the wording to the tiny little arrows and little heart. This part is definitely a bit more fuzzy though than the real and not as bright. Opening this up, at first it looks exactly the same, but the colors are so fucking off. They are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but this is like a different palette entirely. This is like if you take the brightness of the real palette and bring it down so that everything is just a little bit darker. But then the more you look at it, the more off it seems. For one, Irresistible looks kind of like Baby Vomit, and Chocolate Soleil, whatever, looks way too dark. Everything else though, apart from being a bit darker, looks kind of the same. I don't know. I also appreciate though that this has a magnetic closing lid. That's a nice little feature. Holy shit, you guys, I totally forgot to film the Swatches song. Can't believe it. So here it is. It's what's inside. Woo, okay. Anyways, that was Ivy and sugar-coated. Sugar-coated did not look that good on camera, but the swatch in person was actually really pretty. Ivy sucked dick. Now we have Frosted Yum and Irresistible, which swatched pretty good. I was happy with these. Painkiller was terrible, you can hardly even see it, and so was Makeup and Chill. It kept like rolling into little balls when I would try to rub my finger in the pan, kind of like dough. It was nasty. Next we have Mystic Hour and Wham Bam. Mystic Hour was gross and splotchy, but Wham Bam was like, holy shit, beautiful, like I want my tombstone to be that color. The last eyeshadow is Wanted, which is supposed to be a dark black, but even the real one was more of like a charcoal gray, so I really wasn't surprised with this. Now on to the blushes. We have I Will Always, love you, yes honey, and Justify My Love. They were both awful. And finally we have the contour and highlight shades Chocolate Soleil and Champagne Truffle. They were positively, absolutely, 100% shit. Champagne Truffle is like condensed baby powder. It's like pure white shadow with absolutely no sheen. And now onto our look. Of course I primed my eyes and set some powder under my eyes to catch any fallout. I'm starting with Painkiller all over the eye, and let me tell you now, this palette was a total nightmare to work with, and not the kind of nightmare where it turns out good and you make out with Joey Graceffa before you wake up. This palette was shit, but we'll continue anyways. Next I'm taking Makeup and Chill on a smudge brush and drawing it over the crease in kind of a V shape. It doesn't have to be anything special. I was honestly just seeing how well the shadow went onto the skin, and this shade actually seemed okay. Next I'm buffing that out with some Painkiller on a pencil brush, just going back and forth making sure there's no harshness. And then with Wanted, I'm taking that same smudge brush and applying it somewhat thickly on the outer edge. I was putting it on with the smudger because it was literally the only brush that would pick this shit up. I don't want y'all to think that I don't know how to use the brushes, but I mean, I had to make do with what worked. After buffing that out, I'm going in with just a little bit of concealer on the eyelids so that the colors have something to stick to. I'm going just above the crease so that it's kind of like a cut crease, but not really. Now I'm placing Frosted Yum on the inner part of my eye, and in about halfway, this shade was literally the worst, like the worst. Next, with Mystic Hour, I'm starting halfway in the eye and blending it towards the outer edge. I must have used half the pan doing this. This shadow was so awful to work with, holy hell. Then to make it a little softer, I'm taking some of Frosted Yum and blending out that inner edge so it kind of ombres in. Feathering this was not an easy task. I can't even tell you how pissed off this was making me. But I plunged down and added Wham Bam to the outer corner and put it along the crease to the inside. Again, this shade wouldn't pick up on anything but the smudger or this flat brush, so this is what I used. And then with a bit of Wanted, I'm smoking out that outer corner and crease, trying to give this look a little bit of dimension. On my lower lid, I'm smudging Painkiller and then Makeup and Chill, and finally Wham Bam, and then I'm lining my waterline with white liner. Here we are with some falsies, some highlighting and contouring, and honestly, I fucking hate this palette. It is such a bitch to work with, and my eyes are burning so bad. Like, the final look, I guess, is okay, but there is so much fallout, and like, look at how far I am into the blue. Like, that's just after one use. It shouldn't be that way. I really did have high hopes for this because they looked so pretty there in the palette, but they're just terrible. And there you go. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video and what you'd like to see on future Fake Ass episodes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at OfficialNADI, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye.